All right. Well, hey, boys and girls. Welcome back to the next episode of Do You Have a Crazy Art Teacher who is asking you to do cylinders or tubes in proper 2-point perspective. So let's get this going. Walk you through these steps. We're going to set up 2-point perspective. There's our horizon line. And there's vanishing point number 2, vanishing point number 1. Okay, so we're going to start with the plane down here on the bottom. So I'll go here and here. Here and right about here. All right. So there's our plane, right? We've got 2 lines crossing, coming out from each vanishing point. Where they cross, it creates a plane. So I need to find my first, I need to find the center, right? The center. So that way we can draw an ellipse or an oval in 2-point perspective. Really, it's an ellipse. When we're seeing this straight on, straight up and down, what have you, at eye level, it's a perfect circle, but torn between 2 angles or different angle, it becomes an ellipse. So you find the center of that plane, that flat plane, with drawing corner to corner, create the X. You're going to then line up your center point to both vanishing points. So here I'm going to line it up that way, and then here I'm going to line it up to the left point as well. Okay, it's important you line those up to the vanishing points, not just kind of randomly. All right, so we want to subdivide this as much as we can. It makes a difference before we can draw our oval or our ellipse. We want to subdivide it so we can get the curves right. So from here, we've got one more step. We're going to connect these midpoints, and that is going to create a diamond shape. So from midpoint to midpoint. Okay, nice and light. All right, so now we have this diamond shape. What that does is that gives us these triangles here in the corner, right? You can see they're kind of different sizes. That size will determine the curve for our ellipse in that area. You can see here, this is very shallow, so there won't be much of a curve. You want to take these triangles and essentially kind of cut them in half. So from here to here, I want to cut that distance right about in half. So right there, right about here, right about here, and right about here. And of course, we have our midpoints. Okay. At this point, we want to just connect the dots. So I'll go ahead and start, let's say right here. And I'm going to curve that. Curve. Kind of a shallow curve right here. A little bit of a deeper curve. Turn it. And a shallow curve to finish it off. And there's your ellipse in 2-point perspective right there. Okay. If I want to do a tube, right, a cylinder, and I want to put that, let's say, way up here, to line this up to make sure it's not too far to the right or left, or it's not too small, too wide, I'm going to use the corners of my initial plane, and I'm going to line them up vertically. I'm going to go upward to line them up, so that way I know, the top part is going to match the bottom part. Okay, so I'm just going to lightly set up these guidelines. Essentially, it's like I'm setting up a box, right? Like a box for this thing. So I'm going to go vertical. And then this right here, this edge I'm about to draw will be my closest edge to me. And now I will go ahead and line this up to the vanishing points. And create my plane. And if all goes well, should line up perfectly. And you shouldn't have a problem connecting all your corners on your plane. All right, so there's my new plane for my the top part of my tube. So I can draw that out now. I need to find the center point. So I go from corner to corner. Just quickly mark an X from corner to corner, and that'll give me my center point. Okay, that center point, you're going to line it up to both vanishing points. Notice how at this point I'm not drawing all the way to my vanishing point because I just need it right in this area. Okay. All right. Last thing before I start drawing my ellipse, I need to connect these midpoints and create a diamond shape. All right. Now again, you're left with these triangles, right, in the corners. These help us to determine the curve. So we're gonna cut this right here, this little distance, cut it in about half for each one. These are slightly different sized, so the halfway points will be different. And now that you got those, you just go ahead and connect the dots. I'll start here on the edge. I'm gonna curve that. A little bit of a shallow curve here. Really curve it over here. And then shallow curve back here. All right, and there's your ellipse. The last thing I want to do to make my tube or cylinder is I connect the outermost curve to the outermost curve. Right there. And again, I can use this for all sorts of purposes. There's my tube. Okay. All right. Let's say I was doing one laying down. Notice how to start or to create a vertical cylinder, you start with a horizontal plane, a plane that's laying down. All right. I think my phone just kind of gave up and cut me off and stopped recording while I was drawing this. Well, there it is complete. Let me quickly get this done in the back. Same steps. Right, find the center before this phone cuts me off again. Technology. All right. Subdivide it, find the center with the X. Divide it up that way. Line this up to the vanishing point. Oops, that was almost random. I'm in a hurry. There you go. Set up your diamond. Just subdivide it one more time. So you have your triangles in the corner, right? So then you just take the triangles, try to cut it in half. And then you just connect the dots. Start here on the edge, get that curve. Kind of a deep curve here, touch the edge, curve, and finish it off here. All right. And then lastly, connect your outermost curve from here to here. And alrighty. And there's your cylinder laying down. And of course you can do all sorts of things with that. Make it look like a tube, water spilling out, turn that into wheels, the front wheels on the Flintstones vehicle, whatever you want. All sorts of things you can do. All right, that is all. Hope this helps.
If you want more videos like this,
smash that like button and subscribe.